Hello, future travelers. Welcome back to Legalopolis. Friends, did you know that citizens from more than 40 countries can travel to the United States without a visa? Guess what? Qatar is the latest addition to this list, becoming the first Gulf country to join the Visa Waiver Program. In this video, we'll explore everything you need to know about this hassle free travel option to the United States. Now, friends, what is the Visa Waiver Program? The Visa Waiver Program allows citizens of certain countries to visit the United States for business or tourism for up to 90 days without needing a visa. In exchange, these countries offer similar benefits to United States travelers. Established in 1986, it promotes security partnerships with America's closest allies. Friends, currently 42 countries participate in the Visa Waiver Program, including many European nations like France, Germany, Belgium, Oceania countries like Australia, and select Asian nations such as Japan and South Korea. Israel was added in 2023, and now Qatar joins the Visa Waiver Program in 2024. Starting 1st of December 2024, Qatari citizens can apply for travel to the United States using the Electronic System for Travel Authorization, that is ESTA. That brings us to the question, what is ESTA? Now, friends, ESTA or Electronic System for Travel Authorization is an online tool that determines if travelers are eligible to visit the United States under the Visa Waiver Program and assesses whether their travel could pose any potential security or law enforcement risks. After submitting the ESTA application, travelers will receive notification of their eligibility to visit the United States under the Visa Waiver Program. ESTA approvals typically occur within minutes of submitting the application but can take sometimes up to 72 hours. Therefore, it's advisable to apply for ESTA well in advance of your intended date of travel to the United States. Now, friends, in order to travel under the Visa Waiver Program, you must meet certain criteria. Let's break them down for you step by step. Number 1, citizenship. You must possess the citizenship of one of the 42 countries eligible under the Visa Waiver Program. Just living in those countries or having permanent residency isn't enough. Citizenship or nationality of one of these countries is a must. Number 2, this waiver is not absolute. Even if the applicant possesses citizenship of one of these countries, they will be prohibited from entering the United States under the Visa Waiver Program if Number 1, they intend to study in the United States, or they intend to work in the United States, or they plan to stay in the United States for more than 90 days. Number 2, individuals with criminal records are ineligible. Number 3, individuals with arrest records, even without a subsequent conviction, are ineligible to apply for a Visa Waiver Program. Additionally, individuals suffering from certain serious communicable diseases cannot travel visa-free. Furthermore, anyone who has previously been denied entry into the United States or has been deported is disqualified from using the Visa Waiver Program. Travelers who have overstayed their allotted time while previously using the Visa Waiver Program are also barred from re-entry under this program. Another significant criteria is that if the applicants have traveled to or have been present in Iraq, North Korea, Syria, Iran, Sudan, Libya, Somalia, or Yemen after 1st of March 2011, or if they have been to Cuba on or after 12th of January 2021, then in those cases, these applicants will not be allowed to enter the United States through the Visa Waiver Program. Or if the applicant holds dual nationality, with one being of a Visa Waiver Program eligible country and another nationality of either Cuba, Iraq, Syria, Iran, North Korea, or Sudan, then again they are disqualified from traveling to the United States under the Visa Waiver Program. However, there is an exception to this rule. All those travelers who have visited these restricted countries either for performing military service or for performing official duties as a government employee of a Visa Waiver Program nation, then in those cases, these applicants can travel to the United States under the Visa Waiver Program. However, these travelers must ensure that they carry proper documentation to prove and validate either of these reasons for travel while entering the United States through any US port of entry, either via land, air, or sea, in order to avoid any complications during their entry into the United States. Friends, these restrictions are considered a vital measure to ensure that those who may possess a security risk do not enter the United States without undergoing additional scrutiny through the visa application process. And hence, applicants who fall under these categories can only enter the United States through the regular visa route and not under the Visa Waiver Program. The third requirement are the passport requirements. You must possess the correct type of passport in order to be eligible for travel under the Visa Waiver Program. Passport must include specific security features. That is, number one, the passport must have a machine readable zone on the biographic page. Number two, all Visa Waiver Program travelers must hold an electronic passport or an e-passport, which includes a digital chip containing the passport holder's biometric information. This secure e-passport meets international standards and can be easily identified by the e-passport symbol. And for most travelers, your passport must be valid for the duration of stay in the United States, even if it's less than 6 months. However, if your passport is valid for less than 90 days, you can stay in the United States only until it expires. The only exception is for travelers from Brunei who must have a passport that is valid for at least 6 months after leaving the United States, no matter how long they plan to stay. So friends, if your passport doesn't meet these requirements, you will need to obtain a qualifying new passport from your country or apply for a visa to travel to the United States. So friends, to summarize, in order to be eligible for the Visa Waiver Program, the travelers must be citizens of a Visa Waiver Program participating country. Before traveling, all Visa Waiver Program travelers must secure travel authorization via ESTA at least 72 hours before boarding your flight or ship to the United States. Both accompanied and unaccompanied children, regardless of their age, must have an independent ESTA approval. You must hold a machine-readable biometric passport, that is an e-passport, which is valid for at least their intended period of stay, with the exception of Brunei. You must show intent to stay for 90 days or less for the purpose of tourism or business, and to be on the safer side, please carry proof of sufficient funds just in case it's needed at the US port of entry. For travelers entering the United States by air or sea, it is essential to hold a return ticket, or if transiting through the United States, then you must possess an onward ticket. If you're using an electronic ticket, make sure to have a printed copy of your itinerary to present the United States Immigration at the port of entry. If your onward destination is Mexico, Canada, Bermuda, or the Caribbean islands, you must be a legal permanent resident of that region. In order to enter the United States through the Visa Waiver Program, you must travel aboard an airline or a sea carrier that has agreed to participate in the Visa Waiver Program. This includes US corporations that have agreement with the Department of Homeland Security. And please note that private or official aircraft or vessels are not eligible under this requirement. Now friends, it's important to understand the difference between visa and ESTA. An approved ESTA does not substitute for a US visa and isn't valid when a visa is required. For example, if you want to work in the United States, you need a work visa. And if you're planning to study, you must get a student visa. Also, if you intend to stay longer than 90 days, you must apply for the appropriate visa instead of relying on ESTA. If you already have a valid US visa, you don't need to apply for ESTA to enter the United States. Now friends, what if your ESTA is denied? Friends, the Department of Homeland Security has created the ESTA program to deny applications only to those who are ineligible for the Visa Waiver Program or who may pose a security risk. But don't worry, if your ESTA application is denied and you still want to visit the United States, you'll need to apply for a non-immigrant visa at a US embassy or consulate in your home country And for that, the first thing you have to do is fill out Form DS 160. Friends, travelers using the Visa Waiver Program must also be aware of certain restrictions. Number one, if a Customs and Border Protection Officer, that is CBP officer, denies your application for admission, their decision cannot be appealed. Number two, individuals cannot request an extension of their stay or change of their non-immigrant status while in the United States on Visa Waiver Program. And number three, Visa Waiver Program travelers are not permitted to engage in any form of gainful employment in the United States. So, friends, in conclusion, the Visa Waiver Program provides a hassle free option for eligible travelers to visit the United States for tourism or business purpose without requiring a visa. However, it's crucial to be aware of the specific requirements and restrictions of the program, such as obtaining an ESTA and understanding the travel limitations. Being informed can ensure a smooth travel experience for you. Friends, if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing for more helpful immigration insights. I wish you all the very best with your upcoming visa journey, and I hope that your application is met with success. Thanks for watching, and until next time, safe travels!